All right, what's up, everybody? Brian here, and this is my review and my thoughts on today's WWE Super Showdown that took place in Melbourne, Australia. I actually, when I got off of work, I went to a friend of mine's house to watch it, and I only have one question. What the heck was that? I mean, don't get me wrong. There were a couple of good matches on this show. However, the main event with Triple H versus The Undertaker, I was very disappointed with the match. I really was. I really was. I don't know what it was. It was slow at times as far as the match quality. It was just disappointing. I mean, no disrespect to either Triple H or The Undertaker, especially to The Undertaker, but I think it's time for him to get to hang it up and not wrestle again because, I mean, I don't know. The match was disappointing to me. I'm sorry, guys, but it was just disappointing to see. And then the ending of it, the ending with Shawn Michaels getting involved, hitting a couple of super kicks, then Triple H hitting the pedigree, and then plus not only that, Triple H in this matchup hit The Undertaker with a sledgehammer, and it was just like I can't put into words how disappointed I was in this matchup. And, you know, like I said, all due respect to both guys, but it was just disappointing. And that's simple as that. Triple H picked up the win in the main event. I'm going to talk about that one first. Basically, and I'm sorry if this video is a blurry. I don't know why. I'm using my phone to record this video. But getting back to the main event with Triple H versus The Undertaker, it was slow, and it was just there was some other stuff about the match that made it very disappointing. Like I said, Kane was in Undertaker's corner. Shawn Michaels was in Triple H's corner. They got involved in parts of the match. It came down to where Shawn Michaels, like I said, hit two super kicks on The Undertaker, and then Triple H hit the pedigree and to win the match. And then afterwards, all four men were standing in the ring, holding each other's hands up, basically saying, as a sign of this was it, last time ever, Undertaker versus Triple H. The crowd was paid their respects to all four guys, and then Undertaker and Kane beat down Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Undertaker delivered a tombstone to Triple H, and then Kane punched Shawn Michaels, and then Undertaker wound up chokeslamming Shawn through the announce table, and that is how Super Showdown ended. So obviously, this is going to start the build for Shawn Michaels to come back or come out of retirement and team up with Triple H to fight Undertaker and Kane again, or Undertaker and Kane in a match, maybe as soon as Survivor Series, who knows. But the match was very disappointing, and that's all I'm going to say about that. The rest of the show, I thought was pretty good. We opened up with an awesome tag team encounter for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships as the New Day defended against Sheamus and Cesaro the Bar. I thought this matchup was really good. Both teams worked very well together. In the end, it was the New Day retaining their titles with a backstabber double stomp finishing move, double team move that scored the win for the New Day to retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. So, big victory for the New Day retaining their titles. Where do they go from here? Who's going to be the next team to step up? We'll have to wait and see. But the matchup was really good between the New Day and Sheamus and Cesaro. That's one match I would recommend checking out if you're going to check out Super Showdown. We had Charlotte Flair challenging Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This one, like I mentioned in my predictions video, it was a battle between former best friends, now turned bitter enemies. Charlotte Flair, near the end of the match, looked like she was going to win and regain the SmackDown Women's Championship. She locked in the figure 8, and Becky Lynch, who a little bit before this went outside the ring and grabbed the championship and looked like she was going to walk away, she would wind up using that championship while Charlotte locked in the figure 8 on her, and that caused a disqualification victory for Charlotte Flair. So Charlotte won the match, but she did not win the SmackDown Women's Championship. And then apparently after the show, it was announced that on Tuesday night on SmackDown, there's going to be a rematch between these two for the championship. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in that one coming up Tuesday night. We saw Elias and Kevin Owens team up to take on Lashley and John Cena. Lashley wrestled most of this match because Kevin Owens and Elias would not let Lashley tag in Cena. But when Lashley finally tagged in Cena, he basically won in just a few seconds or a few minutes. It was like John Cena came in, boom, boom, hits the shoulder block, hits that big back suplex type move he does, hits 5-knuckle shuffle, hits the attitude adjustment on Elias, and he then hit his 6th move of doom, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. It was like a forearm to the, it was like not a forearm, but like a I don't know how to explain it, like a punch, or not even a punch, like with his hand, and he finished off Elias with that. Apparently he's been living 3 months in a different country. He's learned Mandarin, so he finally revealed a 6th move of doom. So afterwards, John Cena would get on the mic and kind of tease like he's not leaving, but like a retirement type tease where he's like, oh, I want to thank everybody for everything, and and stuff like that, and I will always remember where I come from, and stuff like that, and all the things that he's done. So I mean, I don't expect John Cena to go anywhere anytime soon as far as leaving WWE or retiring or anything. I think he still has a few fights left in him, a lot of fights left in him, I should say. But moving on, in a surprise that actually surprised me, the Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, they defeated Asuka and Naomi in a women's tag team matchup. I was actually surprised by this because I thought they were going to lose. I even said it in my predictions. I mean, this is WWE. They go into somebody's hometown or home state or home country or home or universe, and basically, they have that person lose, the hometown person lose. That did not happen today. The Iconics, of course, growing up in being from Australia, they had the crowd behind them, and they picked up the win over Asuka and Naomi, and that was pretty much it. I mean, nothing really else to this matchup. Speaking of women's tag team matches, the Riot Squad lost to the Bella Twins and Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey. No surprise there. The match was nothing really spectacular. Ronda, the only spectacular thing about this matchup is that Ronda made both Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan tap out to that armbar at the same time. She locked in the armbar on both Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan at the same time. So that was pretty spectacular to see, and they had no other choice but to tap out. AJ Styles retained the WWE Championship in the no disqualification, no countout. There must be a winner match against Samoa Joe. This one was very physical. A table was brought into play. Samoa Joe actually hurt his leg and knee when they both went through the table inside the ring, and that's what kind of led to his downfall and him losing the opportunity to become WWE Champion. Styles went right to work on the knee and leg, and it was the leg that Joe has his brace on. I don't know if it was his right or left, but AJ went right to work on the knee, on the leg, and locked in the calf crusher a couple of times until finally he was able to lock it in, and Samoa Joe tapped out to AJ, so AJ is still the WWE Champion. Another hometown boy, another hometown hero from Australia, Buddy Murphy. He defeated Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight Championship. This was actually another good matchup that I would recommend checking out. Both guys, gave it their all, gave it everything they had. Of course, Buddy Murphy had the hometown advantage. He won the Cruiserweight Championship, so a big congratulations go out to Buddy Murphy for winning the Cruiserweight Championship, and a lot of respect goes to Cedric Alexander for his reign as Cruiserweight Champion. He has been very impressive. He held the championship since April at the WrestleMania pre-show, where he defeated Mustafa Ali in that tournament final. So big respect go out to him, and big congratulations and respect goes out to Buddy Murphy for becoming the new Cruiserweight Champion. We had Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre. They took on The Shield. The Shield won this one in a very physical six-man tag that, could have gone either way. One of the big questions going into this match was where would Dean Ambrose's loyalty lie? Would he turn on The Shield? At one point near the end of the match, it looked like he was going to, because Strowman, McIntyre, and Ziggler got on the ring apron, and like how The Shield does, they surrounded the ring, and then Ambrose got on the other side of the ring, and Rollins and Reigns were in the middle of the ring, and they were like looking around, and they were like, wait a minute, why is Dean standing out there? And then Dean got in the ring, knocked Strowman off the apron. Reigns speared Strowman when Strowman was going to go after Dean Ambrose on the outside of the ring. Reigns speared him through the barricade, and Dean Ambrose would pick up the win for his team with the Dirty Deeds on Dolph Ziggler, and that is what scored The Shield the win at Super Showdown. And then The Miz took on Daniel Bryan in a number one contenders match. Daniel Bryan picked up the win with a small package. I was a little bit surprised by the result of this one because nobody knew what was going on. But Daniel Bryan is the new number one contender and will face AJ Styles at WWE Crown Jewel on Friday, November 2nd. So, all in all, with the exception of the main event, I thought that Super Showdown was a pretty good show. I didn't really, have no complaints except for the main event. So it's a show I would recommend checking out and judging for yourself. So with that being said, this has been my recap of what took place at WWE Super Showdown in Australia. As always, I am Brian, and thank you for watching.